Oh man, so this has been another tough week, and just when think that are going to start seeing change, or you start seeing change, like the police officer getting arrested and the other one's charged, then you hear about two brothers getting hung right here in Southern California. I mean, they're saying it's suicide, but nobody believes it. Um, yeah. So I just got off a conference call with some people, some allies, and I've also been noticing a lot on social media. A lot of people are drawing lines. And you're drawing lines in the sand, saying this is where I stand. And for me, I am 100% for that. This is how you feel. This is based off of your experiences and how you understand the information. That's fine. You may even be on the other side of me, and disagree. We may be on the same side, but different chapters of the book. Here's one thing that just my personal opinion that I wanted to share with all of you. Just be careful before you cancel someone. You know, there's countless examples of people who thought one way, an extreme way, and then was shown love or shown hate, and went the complete opposite. So that means that we don't know what has gone on in everybody's story. Even people who you know very intimately, there are things that I still don't know, stories that my wife still tell me that I didn't know about, and we've been married 8 years. So there's people that you've grown up with that had experiences that may or may not have told you. So what I'm saying is, draw your line in the sand. If you want to distance yourself because that person is toxic, and this is for your own health, by all means, please do that. You got to take care of yourself first. But instead of maybe passive aggressively, you're just blocking them and not dealing with it. Be brave in your love for humanity. Be brave in your love for black folks, and tell that person, yo, we're gonna have to disagree on this. Still love you because you're a human being, and I've known you X amount of years. So we either have to not talk about this, or I just can't talk. We had to cool it for a while, and just tell them straight out. Tell them how you feel. Because what I would hate to happen is that something happens to them, and their heart is changed, because it can happen. It probably happened to you. Their heart is changed, and the first person they want to reach out to is you, the person who's been the shining example all this time. But if you close the door on them completely, you say, you come back with hate, then they may go back to the way they were, and that's not what we want. We want to open the dialogue, open the conversation, so that people who are on the fence, or people who are even on the other side, they always have a way to come to us, and they always have an opening to knock on our door and be like, hey, I have some questions. Hey, I have a change of heart. I have a change of mind. It happens. Watch a TED Talk. It happens. There's ex-Nazis, ex-KKK members. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're out there, and they will tell you, they will preach. I was just watching this documentary the other day called Hate Thy Neighbor. And this guy was a hardcore Nazi. Like, he was in the South, U.S. And the interviewer was a comedian, half black, half white, interviewed him. And they broke bread, and the comedian even said, like, I could tell his wife hated me. Kids didn't know the difference. Even though they were saying Hail Hitler, they were jumping on the guy and showing him their toys just like my kids would, And the man who was the leader of this Nazi group, cooked them food and broke bread with them. And here's the thing that was most interesting to me. So he went back and the interviewer, half black, half white guy from England, came back like 3 times because he would meet more hateful people, and but this guy he can actually talk to, even though they disagreed. That he can actually talk to him, and he asked him this question because the guy, for lack of a better word, the redneck or the southerner. I don't think all southerners are redneck, but you get what I'm saying. Hopefully, he had been married before to someone that wasn't white, and he had kids with her. And even though she was his ex-wife was on drugs and all this stuff, the interviewer asked him, "Would you want someone to hate your child who is half white just for the fact that he's half white, who has no choice in this, just because they're not pure Aryan blood?" And I have to give it to the Nazi dude. He was like, I'm quiet not because I'm changing my mind, but you did give me something to think about. You gave me something to dwell upon. So you may be, before you cancel someone, you may be one good question away, one perspective change, as a poet, I use metaphor to connect two ideas that don't usually go together all the time. You may be that one idea away from changing someone's heart and creating another ally for us, So just be careful before you cancel someone. Check your heart. I always say check your heart. Lead with love. That's the way that black folks have survived. And sometimes that hasn't always been the right answer, or love is always the answer, but sometimes it has shot us in the foot, shot us in the behind. But I cannot in good conscience say that I will not lead in love. For me personally, some people, we need people who are ride or die, who will fight. And sometimes loving is fighting to protect what you have, right? You have to decide what that love is. You have to decide what that love is. But you have to lead in love, And I think that's how you're going to change hearts and minds. Because if you take up a stick, then and take care of the problem that way, the sons of the sons of the sons will continue, and then there'll just be all-out war. So that's my quick message. Just wanted to tell everyone that stay safe out there. Keep praying for the people that you need to, that they do change their hearts and their minds. And it's on both sides. There's mad black conservatives out there that are completely against Black Lives Matter, completely against what we're doing. Again, show them love until you can't take it no more. You may have to distance yourself a little bit, but look them straight in the eye and tell them this is why, but I still love you. And when you're ready to have a civil conversation, I'm ready. Peace.